A family pleading for your help to find a missing pregnant woman that vanished in Beaumont months ago. 22-year-old Cajairah Fraise was last seen in February and hasn't been seen or heard from since.
It's absolutely alarming and scary because she needs our help. She needs to be found.
Samantha Potts is a missing persons advocate with the organization Missing Justice. She says the circumstances of Cajairah's disappearance appear strange.
She just walks off and the family lets her walk off in that condition on the coldest night. That's, it's very alarming. It's very scary.
"22-year-old Cajairah Fraise was 9 months pregnant and scheduled for delivery on March 29th during the time of her disappearance. She was last seen on February 23rd after her parents say she stepped out of their vehicle at a local Jack in the Box to get some fresh air before vanishing. She has not been seen or heard from since. A surveillance video taken from a nearby charter school shows Kajara walking in the area. Her parents said they searched for her and asked others in the parking lot if they had seen her, but after an hour, they called police. However, due to Kajara's age, she was considered a voluntary missing person. In fact, 2 weeks would go by without any follow-up or information from police, who claimed to have searched the area, including a field. Kajara, who would have delivered her son by now, is considered a critically missing person.
Cajairah Fraise went missing the night of February 23rd, reportedly walking away from her family from here in the parking lot of Jack in the Box in Beaumont. Her family is now disputing several of the key facts reported by police, including when they reported her missing and whether the family is cooperating in the investigation. This is perhaps the last known image of 22-year-old Cajairah Fraise, seen in a black hoodie and sweatpants about 10:40 on a Thursday night more than a month ago, after police say she got upset with her family and walked away from their car. She's been missing ever since.
According to some news sources, the circumstances surrounding Kajara's disappearance makes no sense. It has been noted that Kajara, in fact, got out of her parents' vehicle after getting into an argument with the two. It is unclear exactly what the argument was about. Some question why a 9-month pregnant woman would get out in the middle of the cold to walk anywhere. Did her parents encourage her to get back into the vehicle? What really happened that night? The family has decided to go public with the help of the Doc Ellis Foundation, an organization dedicated to assisting minority families of missing people. They also blame the statement made by police accusing the family of not cooperating with the investigation, which they said led to a social media campaign of harassment. In March, the Beaumont Police Department noted that Kajara's parents reported her missing the day after her disappearance and told investigators they delayed it in hopes that they could find their daughter on their own. Now the family says their overall focus is to facilitate a stronger relationship between family and law enforcement. Detectives searched for additional information via family and friends, reviewed additional surveillance footage from the area, drone searches, social media postings, phone records, as well as places where Kajara worked and frequented. Missing person flyers were distributed to local and regional law enforcement agencies, and word was sent to area hospitals, mental health facilities, shelters, and other organizations in Riverside County, San Bernardino County, and Nevada.
What happened to Cajairah Fraise? It's a mystery that continues to puzzle the Beaumont Police Department and especially her family. The 22-year-old was last seen on February 23rd after she got out of her family's car at a Jack in the Box for some air.
I pulled up and we looked at her. She was looking at us. She looked back at us. Everything was fine. And so then we finished paying for our food. Less than a minute later, our daughter is vanished.
This photo taken from a nearby charter school shows Fraise walking in the area. Her parents say at the time their daughter was 9 months pregnant, due to deliver a baby boy on March 29th. After searching for an hour, they contacted the Beaumont Police Department, but because of her age, police initially declared her as a voluntary missing person.
They didn't share any information for almost 2 weeks, and we're going out there looking for her, trying to find her, asking and sending emails, and by the time we actually get a response, it's almost 2 weeks later.
Police did search, but came up empty. To make matters worse, her parents say statements that they were not cooperating with the investigation resulted in a social media campaign of harassment.
All these, unbelievable things that have been said, that is what hinders us helping Cajairah be found.
The family is now going public with the help of the Doc Ellis Foundation, which helps minority families of the missing.
In order to make sure that we are able to bring her home, we want to be able to facilitate a stronger relationship between family and law enforcement for sure.
Kajara is now listed as a critical missing person. By now, she would have delivered her child, a day the family had been waiting for.
We've had so many plans together, and she was so excited, about having the baby.
They are now waiting and hoping she is out there somewhere.
I'm waiting for you to knock on the door and come home.
It's hard to advocate for someone like her missing when there is nothing coming out.
Sarah Verner advocates for missing children and women after police in March stated the family was not cooperating with investigators. She's now raising concerns about what played out the night of the disappearance.
Something doesn't make sense. She didn't have an ID. She didn't have a credit card. She didn't have any money. They knew she had none of her belongings. How could she have outrun your car? 35 weeks pregnant in the rain. That whole area is uphill.
Kajara's mother, Fraise, disputes the police's statement saying the family cooperated 100%, adding that Beaumont police was slow to file a missing person report and the lack of urgency resulted in a loss of surveillance footage. Police have searched with dogs, on foot, and by drone. Kajara's baby was due in March.
That baby should have been born. There is no registry to what we can find in the birth index where she has had a baby.
She says the best case possibility is Cajairah ran away and is safe.
Your worst case is that they never come home, that you are left wondering, or you find out a long time later or in criminal proceedings that something happened to her and the baby, and that's unfortunate as well.
Now, the FBI is reportedly now involved in the investigation. We reached out to the FBI but have not yet heard back.
The Beaumont Police Department says the case remains active, with detectives following all leads, and their goal remains to bring Kajara back home safely to her family.